Hi, ladies and gentlemen. Looks like I'm live tonight. I'm sitting by my laptop. Gonna quickly just give a few people a chance to join. Make sure we are live and ready to go. So I just want to make sure we are. Please like and subscribe as I get myself ready. Next level. And you want to just get my TikTok ready as well. And then we're gonna go crazy tonight. We're gonna chat. So let me know where you're from and where you're listening in. Connect the live video starting. So I'm just making sure I'm live on all of my channels, making sure that we have a great experience for everyone. So in the chat box, pop me in a message. Let me know where you are. Just want to check if I'm live on all my channels. I'm doing this by myself. You know, part of being an entrepreneur, my team has had a long cold day. And I'm going to tell you about it now. When they say when it rains, it pours, and I'm going to talk about it now. Okay, so let's see if I'm live on YouTube as well. Uh, okay, so just check here. Okay, so this phone is connected. I just want to check restream. Okay, I mean to them. Okay, let's get my TikTok going. Streaming. X is streaming. Let's just make sure. Um, Hello, everyone on LinkedIn. Hello, Nadine Blom, Alex van Sale, Mohammed Langdi. Nice to have you here, buddy. Okay, it says I'm live now, and Instagram I'm live. So, okay, just now TikTok that needs to go live quickly. Talk. So, just want to give a lot of people time to join us. Let me create live, okay, live, title. Okay. Okay. It looks like my internet is a little bit slow tonight. It's not moving as I thought it would. So it's sort of let me just check how fast is my internet speed. Speed. Okay, so it is fast, eh? Let's see. Put that off and say, okay, it looks like it is now much faster and things are happening. Um, and I'm streaming connected. Okay. Well, now the one group doesn't want to stream, so it's interesting. And yet I'm live and on. Okay, streaming. LinkedIn is taking slow to go on as well. Like they say, when it rains, it pours. Okay, let me get my TikTok up. Okay, TikTok is gonna be up as well. So let me just get that going. Okay. Looks like TikTok, you are live as well. Welcome to everyone that's on TikTok, Instagram, Facebook, and all of my channels. Just want to see why the one is not going live. If we can do that, let me put it this way. So I can just check. Okay, unable to connect. Okay, that one is not okay. Sending data. Yeah, for some reason, my TikTok had to go into a different channel to connect. So that was quite interesting. Okay, Facebook. Let's just refresh it. Stream key copy server. Okay, it looks like stream key is up and setting. Connect streaming software. It's still streaming, enable the preset pin. Okay. So, ladies and gentlemen, for wherever you are, I'm going to just go live with what the channels is available. Welcome to everyone that is on my channels live tonight. And I'm looking forward. So I'm live on LinkedIn as well. So the best place to be on as well. Hello, Diana Rodriguez. Yes. Hello, Francois Northwest, live and ready. Okay. So when it rains, it pours. Let me tell you a story. But what just happened today? And then we're going to go a little bit into business and strategy. So we decided this year to do an expo at Kragdag, and went to set up yesterday. Decided this morning to go. Man, what a day to choose to go. And one thing about being in business is to show up no matter what. It's that it's not about hiding. It's about when it's uncomfortable, it's still to show up still. So we showed up, and it was raining cats and dogs. It's 40 minutes drive from where we stay. We get there, and through the mud, we are pouring wet. Everything is wet. I don't know if you've ever experienced it. It's like it just doesn't go right. I have to rush quickly to in the mud, almost getting stuck with the vehicle, to go get some brooms and the umbrella, and they were making money today, and some towels, and as we got that towels going, we got back, we set up, and guess what? I think only a small percentage of people arrived. Now, just to give you an idea, last year at Kragdag, there was 55,000 people over the 3 days that visited. So we were expecting a lot of people, and yet there we were, rain soaked. The only things that we could do is have coffee and mocha and chinos, cappuccinos. Man, we were drinking. It was so cold. Now just to give you an idea, I don't get cold, so it was cold. And nobody's showing up. We walk around in the rain. Just the one thing leads to the next. We decide, okay, we're gonna leave. On our way out, it was heavy mud, and it was bumper on bumper to get out. Luckily, we get out safe and sound, and we drive back. Funny enough, we get into Centurion, and it is sunshine. It's like the sun is shining. It's like, what's the chances of it? And I'm like, okay. But we left at 2 o'clock, just to give you an idea. So it's just about 3 hours that you have to leave. It closes by 5 o'clock. So we just wasn't there for 3 hours. But I probably rained another hour there before the sunshine. Now, get home, offload everything, get to my room, decide to take an afternoon nap. And the next moment, my roof collapses on me and my bed. It's like my geyser decides to go. Now, if any of you are connected spiritually, what's the meaning with all of the water coming to when water flows, abundance flows? I know it's probably abundance. And yeah, so it comes down, and my bed is wet. My whole roof is caved in. I have to quickly pick up my things and whatever's in my room to just not to get wet. In the meantime, I'm given calls, and from clients that I have to fix, and it's emails that I have to sort out. It's like, have you ever felt that, and it's not that I'm in a negative mind space, positive mind space. It just does happen. And like life happens. What do you do when life happens? Let me know. What do you do? What's your mindset like? Yes, Tony Steenkamp. Welcome, Viking. Yes, Diana, emotions. So is it emotions? Diana says it's emotions, Quibus. But is it emotions? Is it tiredness? Is it not being focused? And then getting some bad news at the same time. There's a few bad news that have arrived, and we have to deal with it. One thing being an entrepreneur is going through those emotions, like Diana says, is going the ups and downs, the flow of life. What do we do? Now, you get news that your one family have sold something, and now they would have bought something different. Then they decide they're not going to invest into South Africa. They said with what is happening, the EFF that is targeting their business, that said they have a plan that they are there to disrupt all businesses in South Africa. Then the ANC that is not taking decisions that is to the benefit of South Africa. You see, when I consult with businesses, I always have this saying, do what's best for the business. When you have to make a decision, what is best for the business? If I don't, it's not about I like you. You can be the best employee, but if you don't deliver what is best for the business, are you then best for the business? Is the decision I'm going to make best for the business? We had to make a decision this afternoon. Are we going to stay for another 4 hours or are we going to leave? What's best for the business? What's best for the team? And so we decided to leave and to get some warm and to rest, because I believe with tomorrow's sunshine and Saturday, those extra 5,000 people that would have come the first day as well will come in over the next 2 days. There's a lot of nice exhibits. So if you want to come to Kragdag, come join us. However, sometimes we make decisions in business, it's not going to work. But are we making the right decisions? At the moment, a lot of business owners out there are not making the right decisions. ANC, that is supposed to run the country, is not making the right decisions because of ideology, because of the way we think about things. About we had this idea 20 years or 30 years ago, 40 or 50 years ago. That's the direction we're going, and we never adjust our direction. Trump comes in, changes the dynamics, and yet we're still stuck with our philosophy, or ideology is maybe the right word, of what we believe. So my question comes down to is, why do we want to keep holding on to our ideology? Because I said in the previous videos, is before COVID and there's after COVID, like before Christ and after Christ. We can't do the same way business. We can't do the same way. Life has changed. I hear you, Diana. You say everything around is a reflection of us, all about energy. But okay, Diana, I want you to ask a question. Why is certain people that are very wealthy and successful doesn't have the right energy and yet they're successful? And why is those that has focused so much on energy and emotional reflection poor and struggling every day? Maybe that's a question for you to answer, because it's not about emotions. I will disagree with you on that, on energy. There's successful people out there that have shit energy. They have I'm not going to call names. I know a few of them. They don't have emotional intelligence. Their energy suck. They're not good people, and yet they are very successful. They are doing very well in their businesses. They have teams that are performing. Why is that so? If that is what you are saying, everything around is a reflection, all about energy. You can have shit energy and you can still have results. So why do you want to keep on it? Now, businesses are struggling. And so I was looking there today, people walking around. We were walking around. There was one or two people at their stalls, even when it was raining. They're reading book and they look at you. They're like, okay, now I'm not going to, you're probably another person that is exhibiting. I'm not going to talk to you. So people were not talking. So when we're in a negative space, and I mean, and so understand how business works, when everything feels like it's going against you, your energy also, and that's maybe where you are right, Diana, reflects, it pushes people away. When when we lose our confidence, when we lose our drive, when we're struggling in our business. Hey, Diana says, good question, self-belief. Yeah, I think, because the thing is, when we walked around, nobody was really open to really do business. They were too cold. When you're in negative, really negative space, and that's why I'm saying I'm not in a negative space. But when you people are negative, they're not confident enough to do business. They're not confident to talk to people, and yet I'm not. So now I'm thinking about, there's the ANC that has this amazing thing, and they looting the country, and they just making the country worse. And they don't have a shit feeling about people. The EFF doesn't care about the people, because what? The EFF was at a business of a client, and guess what? They said they don't care about the people. They're there to make our life difficult. People are striking. They're not getting paid for striking. And they're like, we don't care. We are here to make business difficult for you. We know where you live. We know you. If you don't pay us, we will make life difficult for you. You're not going to do business. So, even if you have the most positive intentions, you love this country, you want to do business, there are those that are there to destroy this country. Unfortunately, it's our government, and it's up to us as individuals and business owners to make that difference, is to stand up and say enough is enough. So how can we do that? Well, one is to start thinking about, what is in our control. And I think that's the thing. Today it was in our control. Yes, the weather was out of our control. We couldn't change the weather. What was in our control was the decisions that we have to make. So, what is the decisions you are making on a daily basis? Because that affects. And I think that's where I'm going to say to you, Diana, it's not about emotions, it's not about energy, it's about the decisions we are making. We had a decision: we could stay or we could leave. We could go and get socks for you, or we could go get a broom. The broom breaks because we put force in, because we were cleaning our exhibit. Now, what is the decisions you're making on a daily basis? Because our decisions affect everything. Not doing marketing will affect our business in 2 to 3 months. Not upping our game will up it in 2 to 3 months. And why I'm asking this is like, I'm reflecting also that our businesses are doing and what's the impact, because why aren't they not choosing me? Out of 10 quotes of just in the last week, all have decided to go with someone else. So is it energy? And that's maybe the question to ask. Is it my sales process? Because we have to take reflection time of what is working, what's why, and why is it not? Why have they gone for someone else? 90% of them says it was about the other person was cheaper. So is it then mainly on price? Or is it they not understanding the value that I bring to the table? Did I not communicate the type of value that I bring? And that made me reflect, because that then builds pressure on the team and so forth to perform. If suddenly, take you for example, in the first half of the year, every quote that we put out was accepted, every quote. And then you get in this last month, and out of 10 quotes, none gets accepted, and they all go for the cheaper option. So then you have to start asking questions, before it's too late. So anyone wants to give me a feedback on that? Welcome, Kobus Len. Nice to have you here, Milans. Here's the thing. I live in pain 24/7. With today's weather being on my feet, I just had to get some pain pills now. I can't walk. I can't move my elbows. I'm like, I haven't had pain like this in a long time. I cried a little bit a few minutes ago. A grown man cry. Yes, a Viking can cry. Tears of pain. Yeah, I think it just when it rains, it pours, right? So, how many of you would love to know the lessons I've learned because of what happened today? If you're on there and you want me to know what is some of the lessons I've learned about what, because everything has a positive lesson. Everything that happens in your life has a positive learning. And it's for us to just sit down and reflect about our positive learnings. And so here's the one. Naam Kobus, Benny Vivier. Hello, Benny. Like to see you, mate. Benny was in school with me in, was it primary school? Can you believe it? That was like 100 years ago. So my positive learnings out of today for my business. I see Krolkop is here, Nance. And Norman, everyone. Here's the thing is, here's my lessons for business today, for my business. Maybe you can learn something from it as well. Is that in my business, it comes down to where my business is my processes and systems needs to be in place for the rain to come. So when the rain comes, am I open to catch all of the rain? Because if I get flooded, it can also take my business out. And so do I have the right systems and process in place to be able to catch the rain? Do I have, because the thing is the roof might be leaking. Maybe there's leaks also in the business where I need to put the holes out. Am I looking at my processes, my systems, my team, my everything, right? And so I need to sit down, and it's the best place to be for this end of the year, because here's why. I'm expanding my business into the United States, right? I have a marketing campaign there. I've set up an office in the USA, 2 offices, actually, one in Delaware and one close to New York. So I have 2 offices now there. I have 2 people there that is already now working for me and with me. One is a partner. That's happening there. I have one open now office in Namibia with a partner, and I've opened one in Uganda for East Africa. So that is happening. But with all of this expansion comes in, You have to have the right systems and process in place because your team is going to grow. My team is already 6. I have a few freelancers. Diana is one of them. And I think the one thing is, as I extend and if I get more work in, do I have the team to be willing to deliver it at this my standard? And do they know what my standard is? So if you scale up your business, and that's part of my all my talks, art of scale, is your team is will they know any person coming in what your standard is, what your processes is, and what they need to follow? And that became an aha. Because with that, I can go through the mud. I can go through, I can take on any rain because I have my jackets. I'm suited. I'm ready to take on the cold. I've set up, I've had the right equipment because Diana pointed out for me I didn't have the right equipment. So do I have the right equipment to be able to face it? Even if it was just a ground covering, a different, and not a sail, but a net would have made a difference. Do I had the buckets because I had to catch water, could have catch water, because of all the money that's going to flow in. Do I have the right systems and processes in place? We were struggling financially. Parents weren't able to give my pocket money at the time. Ah, yes, Benny, you remember. Benny says, yeah. Quivers and myself were in primary school together. Yes, we went to a school camp. We were struggling financially. Parents weren't able to give me pocket money at the time. I remember, Benny. Yes, Benny, that's a long time ago. You're bringing memories. I see Diana, and he shared his pocket money with me. Yes, I did. Even then, I gave. Yeah, me and my team are talking about giving some back. I will never forget that. Benny, I appreciate you. After all of these years, we can still talk. Cattleman Jay, I love Quib as a really good person. Yeah, I might be good, but I also have my challenges. Today, I'm just struggling in pain physically. Diana says, true decisions, good decisions to go home, lessons about the mud. No matter how daunting it may seem in first gear, you can get through it. Stop cruising, use high energy. Yeah. That's why clear communication is important, definitely. The hand that gives, the hand that receives. Yeah, Benny, sometimes that's the question. Do I really receive? What am I receiving? And so where am I not giving? And I think it's sometimes to ask because you can give to the wrong people. Like the sowing story on what is that in the Bible that talks about when you sow your seed, you can put it amongst the thorns, you can put it on the rocks. So some of your seed that you give can land amongst the wrong places. And that's the thing, is to realize as, look at what the person Benny has become, even a little seed like that, he still remembers what, is that 30 years ago? Probably, right? That Benny, is that 30 years ago? That's a long time. Francois says, love you, Uncle Quibus, man. Uncle. No, I'm not an uncle. I'm young, man. Best advice. We'll definitely attend the next session as well. Thank you for your advice and attending. Thanks, Francois. All the best, man. I see you on LinkedIn. Okay, nice. Yeah, about yes, 100%. So, you know, I, it is another thing. Doing seeing if I can get an acting job. I get it. I get my first job, by the way. Yeah, I go for the fitting, everything. On the morning of the shoot, I arrive, all excited. My first gig, my first commercial. The director decided, because it was cold that day, it was cold, and it was a shower scene. I would have been half naked. I think the ladies would have laughed at wink, wink. And get there, and they decided not to do the suit. My first commercial got cancelled. Can you believe it? However, never give up, never surrender, keep going. And hello, Caramel Beauty, nice to have you here. That's hard, like, man, damn, I know. But is it bad luck, Beanie? I think it's the question to ask: is there really is something like bad luck? Bad luck is what isn't the decisions we make that creates that, and sometimes the dice will fall wrong. So let's take it for the Springboks, for example. How many times in the past I remember growing up, the ball just never landed right. When we played the All Blacks, it was like the All Blacks was just lucky. That right pass at the right time, they kicked the right bounce, everything for them to win. And yet, Today, we are that lucky team. How many times that the decision of the ref go our way? How many times that the ball just landed correctly and we could score the try? What makes luck? Because is it really bad luck? Bad luck is when we're not prepared. If we didn't practice, we're going on the luck win. We're throwing the dice. We're doing our thing. We haven't practiced. And yet that's what made Gary Player such a successful player. He had a standard. He always showed up. He practiced. It's about practicing. So when our business aren't we practicing? Aren't we doing what we need to do? And I mean, that's another question to ask is for us to do that is to start practicing and giving a high standard. Santaliki, nice to have you here. Caramel Beauty, yeah, a lot of likes. Thank you, Leah. Name. I'm getting for some reason, ladies. I want to know why do I always attract the ladies to my calls? Apart from my friends that was on school with me, I remember I went to your presentation in Vereniging a few years ago. And Vereniging, Benny, which presentation was that? Vereniging. I can't. Yeah, you need to remind me which was that, man. Was it? Did I do a firewalk or what did I do there? I can't even remember that I did an event in Vereniging. Yeah, that must have been what 10, 12 years ago. Rivera. Yes, man, that's like 11 years ago. You still remember that? You still remember 11 years ago. I remember now. It was for Samsung. We came to do an event. That's before I climbed Kilimanjaro. I see Stoney says, yeah, yes, it was a firewalk. Yes. Stoney says, L for labor, U for under, C for correct, K for knowledge. That's luck. It's labor. Stoney, best one. I'm gonna take that from you, and I will always give you if that was what you created. But labor under correct knowledge. Yeah, labor with the right correct knowledge. Yeah. Boss Benny, you were still Superman. Yes, can you believe it? How my brain has changed. And at this stage, I almost lost. At that stage, I remember Benny, you almost lost a lot of things. So yeah, um, let's just check if there's any comments on Instagram. I just have a lot of people viewing me there, but nobody really commenting. Facebook, my group doesn't want to go live. Connect to video source. Okay, copy. Okay, that's not gonna work. Okay, let's close that. Yeah. When it rains, it pours, and the ANC is making it rain a lot in our country at the moment. How many of you have been close to losing it all? I've been to it a few times now, but you inspired me so much that even today, still, I go through dip. I backtrack to that day. Let me know what I taught you, Benny, because I have to remind myself to not give up. I have to constantly. So here's my challenge for those who don't know: Kobus Visser, the Viking, faces one of my dragons. Let's call it dragons that I have to face as a Viking and to conquer is depression. You know, being in pain, getting no's, rejection. Is it? So here's my question. We work with a business and get quotes out, and then they ghost you. Why do you do that? Those who are in business, why do you ghost? You don't answer phones. Can you not just say no? I'm not interested. You know, not answering emails. So recently, I quoted Ristonic. The guy was interested. He doesn't answer. All of my team have messaged them and emailed them. They don't answer. They don't give a response to say we're not interested. But they were interested in the beginning. They had a thing to do. You know, what does it tell you about businesses when they ghost you? You know, I went on a date the other day as well, and you know, getting ghosted. I'm a pretty guy. I'm a hunk to be caught, right? Even getting ghosted. Maybe I'm destined to be single for my life, eh? Don't you think so? Maybe there's no a woman that is independent, that has her own business, that I can be fighting next to me. No, I don't have time. I don't think I have time. I think the challenge is, here's the thing is, ladies, is that my first love is doing what I do. So you have to come third. Sorry. That's maybe the challenge, because first is my business. doing what I do. Second is my kids. And then suddenly you have to be fed. And I realized that most women don't want to be fed. They want to be number one. And my kids are number one. Benny says, you taught me that you will never know if you don't try. Benny, why do you have to say that? And shouldn't be afraid of failure. Yeah, because failure doesn't exist. The worst they can say is no. And then they ghost you. They don't even say no, they're not interested. It's like, and I'm not just talking about the girls, right? I'm talking about businesses. I'm just connecting it with girls. You're not destined to be single. Hi, Caramel. Well, I think the challenge is those who I like don't like me. So that's the thing, and probably um yeah. So thank you, Dion. Loving the authenticity, my brother. Thanks, brother. So my question to you is, right, why do businesses ghost? Why do people these days ghost? I find it more now after COVID than before COVID. Before COVID, people were more open to say, look, I'm not interested. Today, they just don't answer you. They blue tick you. Have you ever experienced it? They beep, blue tick you. And like, oh, they've read it. They've liked it. And I'm like, why? So let me know in the comments, please. Why do you ghost people that are trying to sell to you? You've requested. No, there's the thing. You requested the quote. You requested the proposal. Then you don't come back. That's like the weirdest thing for me to experience. It doesn't even have the decency to respond to people and saying, can you believe it? Let me know if you know. Sasta has joined. Hey, Sasta, I'm on live again. So, Sasta, why do businesses ghost? I want to know. Let me know. Why do they ghost us? And so that's my big ask. And here's what I think. Do you want to know what I think? People don't live by their values. So one of my things for businesses is values. So here's my values: is you have to be courageous. So that's why I do firewalking. I have to go in for that rejection. I have to get the no. I rather get the no than being ghosted. Right. I want freedom. So I want the freedom to do what I want to do, to choose what I want to do. And then legacy, to leave a legacy. Is it going to impact my business? Is it going to impact my legacy? That's why my business is first. Caramel says that other can't afford or they found a cheaper offer. And I know, Caramel, but again, it comes down to values. People say they want honesty. People say they want integrity. If I compare it to the ladies, I go on a date with them and they're like, my number one value is I want honesty. I want integrity. I want loyalty. And then when you start talking to them, guess what? There is no honesty. There is no integrity. They don't talk to you. They don't tell you, I'm not interested. And yet they flirt and they show you all the signs. Oh, yes, send me the proposal. We love it. This is what we want to do. It's like, yes, I will come back to you. Do you know what it taught me? Is that my sales process needs to change. Always remember, Benny, if you're still on, always remember there's positive learnings in everything. If something keeps repeating, is what is the positive learning? What is that positive learning? Because there's always a learning in it. So my positive learning is when people ghost you is from my side, and my approach is my pitch and process needs to change. Phineas and Clark. We can't keep on doing the same thing over and over and think we're going to get the right results. So my process needs to change. My pitch process needs to change. And I believe we will get better results. So that's number one. Why does ladies ghost me? Here's the thing. I might come over across too nice, too friendly. Because yes, I realize is the same with business, is we don't play the game. Women says they want this trust, loyal, and be honest from the beginning. No, they want to play the game. They want you to chase them. They want to feel like, where are you? You've hidden. I haven't heard from you. They want the chase. Business people want a different chase, right? Go see why certain salespeople are very successful. They chase you, they hunt you, they are like a dog. Wild dogs in Africa. Don't be a lion. The lion has one of the worst killing ratios in the world, right? The wild dog has, I think, an 88% success rate when they hunt. They are relentless. They put all their resources in. All of them hunt together and they run until that animal falls down of tiredness, that they say, please never, ever, ever contact me. And they block you rather than they block me. Tony says, hi, Kobus, thanks for coming to my work to give us a motivational. Tony Costa. Yes, which business was it, Tony? Can you remember me? You look familiar. I can't see your face quickly. Your name sounds familiar. I just can't remember the business now. If you can let me know which business it was, that would be awesome, man. But yeah, it's a pleasure, and I'm glad that I could motivate you. And so tonight, mainly with my openness, is to really give lessons. There's a lesson in everything that we do, right? Hey, Tony, yes, Archie's Engineering, definitely the best company to work with. Man, awesome, Tony. You are the best. And they are one of those who supported me every few years, and I really appreciate them. So thank you for that. Shout out, Tony Costa. Hug to you, brother. Diana says, open, honest, authentic is maybe because their values are not aligned with ours and they may be uncomfortable with our energy. Easiest way out is to hide. Lack of resources, lack of importance in providing feedback. Mary Sepetsvin. Yes, I hear all of you. But the thing is, if you go look at your best salespeople, one, they have certain skills to be able to close. We need to read the language of the client. Sometimes we outsell ourselves from the deal. And here's the thing is, I outsell myself. I sell myself out of the deal when I'm with a lady. That, just I'm just comparing the deals because it's the same. Life success leaves clues. And there's the thing, because I sell myself out of the deal. How many times we don't see the client's actions? And here's the thing that we're most also doing wrong is we send an email and a WhatsApp. We don't jump in face-to-face, not a phone call, at least a Zoom call, but face-to-face. You have to read their body language because you need to know where you're selling yourself out of the deal. There's a time in a relationship where the woman will test you. The client tests you to see what if you don't come across confident and with the right approach, they will ghost you. They will see you're not the right fit for them. The client will do the same because you're trying too hard. You're not selling. And that's can't help you on the women front. Keep trying. Mary, you are a woman. You can give me advice. No, Mary, I hear you. You can give me advice, by the way. You can just pop it in. But it's why I'm bringing it up is just to compare it to business, because most people understand that. It's not that I wanted to use that just as an example. At the moment, I'm like, I have my North Star. I want to go global. I want to go to America. That's my target for 2026. I want to create business in America. I want to grow there. Thank you for following. Just followed you. Thanks, Tony Costa. Yeah, it comes down to people. Success leaves clues. When you don't get the results in certain areas of your life, you need to understand and you have to assess it. And that's the same thing in businesses. Businesses don't take time. So I've already called now a meeting with my team, and we will reach out to our other team members like Diana and everyone else in the team to really sit down and have a talk with us. Because here's the thing is, you have to, when you start getting certain results in any business, you have to do a strategy session and assess where must we align. Because our ship we had in one direction, but now it looks like we're going to go to a different harbor. And that's why we have to adjust consistently. Because the thing is, today's times, as things can change in a month. I already see it now in the last 2 months. Things have changed in a totally different direction. If I don't adjust now, in a few months, it will be too late. And I think that's what's important. And the other demons, dragons that I need to fight is my depression, not showing up the way I should show up. And that's my challenge. So I have to face that. I have to learn to fight that. And it's depression in a sense is when you have pain, you need to work on a computer, you need to do certain things, and you can't because the elbows that you need to type stuff is so in pain, you can't use it. I'm having excuses, by the way. You're not allowed to have excuses. That's swearing, and you're not allowed to justify. You're not allowed to blame. My team will remind me. However, this is a life. We can have an honest, open discussion. That is my challenge, definitely, is that I like to blame my pain. And that pain just sometimes it's just, now to give you an idea, it's not a pain that is doof, doof, doof. No, it's like, have you ever been hurting someone and there's monitors, beep, beep, in the hospital? This is it's like a car racing in the red constantly for hours. And that was my challenge last night. It's like I just couldn't sleep. I just was just no matter how I laid, if it's my shoulder or it's my elbow, it's my hip, it's my knee, it's my ankles, just tossing and turning, not finding the right place to lay down. And then you wake up tired. I saw a video now of talking about the importance of sleep. But if you can't sleep now, previously when I went for this challenge, I used to use CBD oil. So maybe it's time for me to use CBD oil again, just to start sleeping again. Uh, Sasta says, Sasta responded, the communication chain breaks along the way. Businesses are moving through the process and forgetting about the value of relationships. Of course, yes. It's the direct reflection of integrity of a business or how they value communication. And then that's why they are struggling. That's why businesses are struggling, because they forget the value of relationships. Relationships is for me is number one. So well done. Hey, Yale, Scuderia Scribante. Well, almost have your logo, Scuderia Scribante. Nice to have you here. Melissa, you've all missed my honest moments and reflecting tonight. Telling you about Yale. If you are still on, just set me a thumbs up or something on the chat box if you're still on. I want to ask you a question, Yale. Yale, it would be awesome if you can just pop me if you're still there. If not, I understand you've left. Scuderia Scrimante, is this now? Which one is this? Is this Fran? Is it Silvio? Is it Nicole? Which of you are on there at the moment that is responding? Let me know, please. I would love to know who's on there. And Yael, if you're there, please comment. I just want to see. Please pop me if you have any questions you want to ask. Now's the time to ask. It's Fran. Oh. Ladies and gentlemen, I need to tell you something. Fran is the most amazing woman. She's part of the Scribanti family in PE. And guess what? We did an event and we have these cement blocks that we break with our hands, right? And an arrow we put here. And I can't remember, Fran, if you did the arrow, right? I can't remember if you did break the arrow, but I remember you went for the brick like 3 times and she doesn't break the brick. Now it's a cement block, by the way. So it's crazy, but she goes for it and she doesn't break it. And I remember she could do everything else, but she was so disappointed in herself that she couldn't break the brick. I remember the face and I remember the learnings. It felt like when I couldn't break my brick for the first time. Then a few months later, she comes to our event. Yes, I did the arrow too. Yes. She comes to the event, a retreat. I do a retreat. My next one is now in September. And she comes to the retreat, a 4.5-day body, mind, spirit retreat, pushing the limits, really igniting the fire in you. And she comes to it, and it's the last day, and we do the brick break again. But this time we psych up, we get energy right. She's lining up. Now, just to give you an idea, just before that, there was a guy by the name, I'm not going to mention his name, that went to break the brick and fractured his arm. So just understand how serious this is. It's your choice, one shot, because in life you only get one shot. So she's getting ready, and man, she goes and she smothers that brick into 1,000,000 pieces, and she broke the brick, and that was a life changing. Now this is so powerful. She used to do admin, and through the coaching process, he found her passion, and that passion was to do marketing. So she does marketing for the whole family business. So if you want to follow them, Scuderia Scribanti, Scribanti Concrete, and FAW Eastern Cape. So that is how powerful this is for everyone. So, well, thank you, Fran. Fran, while you're on, I want to ask you a question. Why do women ghost men? Then second question, why do businesses ghost when they get proposed. So I've now give you examples like the same as women. You propose them, and then they suddenly blue tick you. They don't answer your WhatsApps. They don't reply to your emails, and then push come to shove, you find out they went with someone else, but they never tell you. Why do businesses do that, and why do women do that? I would love your answer if you want to pop me there. Okay, so just a few people have followed me. I want to see who else. Okay, anyone has a question for me? Want to pop it in? I want to just check who else is from it. Okay, yeah, that's a few of you that answered. Francis, okay. I want to see who is responding. Hi, Goobers, whenever, please, will you have help from a personal Facebook page? Yes. And Scuderia's Blade. So please go follow Fran on Scuderia Scribante. And the other page is Francesca Scribante Stokes. Okay. So go follow them. They have amazing posts and stuff. So, yeah. Okay, let's check if there's any other questions. Okay, I see Fran is not answering, so that's good. Angeline Olkers, nice to have you here. Let me know, are you in business and what you're doing? So we're talking about why do women ghost men and why do businesses ghost you? And here's the answer. Yeah. So Scuderia says, some women like to play hard to get. This can be a bit tricky though and can vary from each woman. Now answer their business one, because I have a reason why because it's the game we play. It's all about a game. When you are doing sales, you have to play the game. You can't expect to be nice. It can't be, you can't be over friendly. You sell yourself out of the deal. And that's the lesson to learn. That's what I'm learning tonight. That's what I'm teaching you all tonight. Okay. I think I will call it quits soon. So if you have any no ask questions, I'm gonna say good night. I've been on an hour. Tonight actually was fun. I actually enjoyed tonight. Star says, sleep, you need it. Sleep, you need it. Mary says, stay in touch by messaging. Try to be patient. Take care of yourself. Mary, sending you hugs and love. Thank you. I'm gonna almost close down. I have to go get sleep tomorrow up at early. Okay. Thank you for the lesson, Caramel. Pleasure. There's was a few amazing lessons. It's on the lives are on YouTube, so if you want to go, you can go find and rewatch this on YouTube. It's going to be there. Phoenix team building is joined. Phoenix a little bit late. We're just about to close off, but thank you for being on the live. I appreciate it. Sending you love. Stain says, keep up the good work. Yeah, Stain, thank you, brother. Appreciate it. I'm going to close down now. Okay. And okay, let's just check the last Instagram. Some business think they've got this all under control. What they've learned, they try to implement themselves. Yes, they think they can do it themselves. Fran, beautiful answer. Thank you for that. Thank you for participating, Fran. I appreciate you. I send love to you and all of the family, Silvio, all the Scribanti guys. I really love all of you. And even though we're not working together at the moment, I just say I appreciate you. You will always have a small place in my heart, and I will appreciate you. Sorry, John Michelle, I'm gonna jump off now, so I'm not gonna accept the invite. I have to go and be ready for tomorrow. So next time, brother, next time. Okay, everyone, have a beautiful night. I'm gonna end this call. And we're going to end this live now as well. Diana says, sweet dreams. See you tomorrow. Thank you, Diana. And cheers, everyone. Have a beautiful night. I'm going to end. Okay.